Hello everybody. Today we are playing Origins and we're going to try to beat it using Call of Duty Ghost weapons. I think this will be a ton of fun. A lot of creators have done stuff like this before. I've done stuff like this before and I thought it would be fun to do it on Origins. If you're excited for this video, please like, comment, subscribe. It helps out the channel a ton. But I'm excited to be going through all the COD Ghost weapons. I think I did this on Shadows of Evil not too long ago. And also we're doing it in a gun game format. You can see on the side the amount of points it's going to take for us to go to the next gun. I don't know exactly how the cycle of weapons or anything is going to work. In some games that you might not be used to seeing in Ghost will be in here because they were in the campaign instead of just the multiplayer, stuff like that. But yeah, you can see on the side the amount of points needed in the next gun. I think that we do have unlimited lives, but it downgrades you if you die. So here's hoping, we're not on around 28 using a pistol. That might not be a super fun experience. The amount of points also goes up, I believe, because obviously, you can just get 1,000 points really quickly on a later round. But I'm excited for it. I want to say fond memories of COD Ghost, but I'm not so sure. Let me grab the shovel. I'm not so sure that's the case. I remember hating it whenever it came out. Okay, so it's that feeling of whenever I look back on it, I'm like, I remember playing with my friends. We played Michael Myers and stuff, like we played a lot in the custom games. M9A1. We played a lot in the custom games, and it was a ton of fun. But I also remember getting very mad at that game multiple times. I remember we'd always yell about the lag compensation, and I looked up how to do like QoL on my router to try to give it like packet priority and stuff like that, and it was a lot of rage. I don't know if it's because I was probably the one who was getting lag compensated. I remember my internet speed at that time was like not even a megabyte per second. It was insanely bad. I remember constantly rubber banding on like the Strikeout map, which I think people say is like a remake of Dome, but I just never got that feeling from it. Anyways, I have a lot of memories of COD Ghost, so I'm excited to be going through these, although I'm probably only going to remember like 5 of the guns, the Honey Badger being one of them. That was COD Ghost. I was like, that was Infinite Warfare. No, that was COD Ghost. We are running rather quickly. Is this just points? Okay. Yeah, like I said, there will be some custom power-ups, some that will upgrade the guns. We're also not doing the default Pack-a-Punch weapons. For one, this mod pack has some pretty unsavory Pack-a-Punch weapon names, which if any show up, I will be needing to blur them out. But also, they just be kind of OP. It's no fun, using a Pack-a-Punch gun at the very beginning of the game, unless we get a Pack-a-Punch drop, in which case, hey, I'm all here for it. I'm actually surprised this Magnum isn't a complete one-shot. Well, I thought it wasn't a one-shot to the body in certain places I was hitting them. These types of mods usually make the guns rather OP. I think I talked about it, but if I go down, by the way, it should reset the gun or like send me back one. But they usually make the guns pretty OP, which is fine. The early rounds are never going to be too much of a struggle anyways, especially when you don't have to, I don't want to say interact with the map, but like, you know what I mean? We're not having to open up Pack-a-Punch. I think there's perk drops and stuff. I do not remember this gun at all. I don't remember like 90% of the guns. Maybe, I don't know. I want to say I do, just because I don't want you guys being like, what do you mean you don't remember the most iconic pistol COD Ghost? But I don't think I remember this thing at all. But maps are like also a bit easier when you don't have to, whoa, hey buddy, when you don't have to interact with it. Like, I don't need to turn on the power. I don't even think, like, I'm pretty sure, like I said, there's perk drops. I hope there's no custom perks default involved. I mean, if there are, it's not a big deal or anything, we'll use them. I also, like, I know this is so nitpicky. I wish it didn't change the eye color and stuff, because I love, like, default zombie eyes. Do we have, like, Voltrate or something? Do we have an invisible perk? I feel like I remember there being an issue with me getting an invisible perk at one point. I might have grabbed a perk bottle and not noticed it. But yeah, but also, like, I don't have to interact with the robot, wait for him or anything for his foot. We're going to end up having to face a Panzer sooner rather than later, which I'm not particularly enthused about, but it should go fine. The fun part about these gun game videos also is that we get to go to a higher round than usual, because I'm just able to zoom through it. And we're based not on, me going to, 20-ish minutes or around 15 or whatever. We're going to beat this challenge. Now, there will be, less guns than doing the Pack-a-Punch variant, but it's, I don't know, I just really, I like seeing the guns I remember. I don't necessarily care for what the mod creator ended up thinking was a cool idea for a Pack-a-Punch gun. And some of them, I'm sure, are very cool. It's just, I want that nostalgia. I did this, I think I mentioned on Shadows of Evil, and I had a ton of fun with it. I did it, or no, was it? I might have done on Shadows of Evil and Nocturne and Toten actually with COD Ghost weapons. I did Nocturne and Toten with COD Ghost weapons, and then I did the Shadows of Evil with Infinite Warfare weapons. It's so much fun, man. Oh, the Bulldog, now this I remember. There was, I could not even describe that. There was a map where it was like a lot of plyboard walls and stuff. Should I build a shield? Nah, shield's good or cringe. Let's make it a little bit easier or harder on ourselves. But yeah, and people just like always camp in like those like construction type walls and use the bulldog because you could get slug rounds on it and then making this shotgun that can shoot extremely fast in the game, and it's shooting pretty fast in here as well. Just be able to snipe you from KSG distance. I'm sure a lot of you guys remember the KSG from Black Ops 2, and you know, and look, I love the KSG as much as anybody. That was my first orbital VSAT, was the KSG. I got a dual orbital VSAT in one life, probably my biggest accomplishment on that game. I was so proud of myself. I was running UAV, counter UAV, orbital VSAT. Anyways, and so I love KSG, but that thing was I wasn't even watching. That thing was absolutely broken. Well, we're back to the minigun, which is fine. It's a bit slow. What if I purposely just stayed on this for the Panzer just so we can melt him? Yeah, I don't know what happened. I didn't even see the one behind me. I think the mod makes them a bit quicker, or maybe it's just my brain's used to at this point, so being on round 2 or 3, so I'm not really thinking yet. Or it's maybe just I'm not worried because we have, well, you know, we didn't lose the quick revive. I'm pretty sure we should lose perks. Even if we don't, it's not a big deal. We're mostly just here to go through the fun weapons. I think it'll be a good time. One thing that I have been obsessed with lately is not just playing but watching hardcore. Well, I'm sure a lot of you guys have seen it. Some of your favorite content creators have been doing it. I have realized that I also watch Path of Exile, which if you don't know is a game it's known for you needing to put a lot of time into. It's very grindy. It consumes lives. And I like watching people play on hardcore. People like Zizaran, who's a really great Path of Exile content creator. There's a ton of them. And they play on hardcore, to where if they die, they lose their character forever. And this is what's going on in WoW right now, right? Is that if people die, they lose their character, and you can lose, you know, 40, 60 hours of progress. And I assure you that does not feel very good to someone who has lost many hours of progress in hardcore already. Ooh, a free perk, double tap. I'll take it. It's probably the best perk in the game. So as someone who's lost a lot of progress, I get it. And I don't know if I could do it in either of those games. Like I've gotten to a point on my hardcore WoW character where I'm scared to play it, man. I've been playing retail because I'm so scared of just losing like 40, 60 hours of progress. And I realize, you know, I have hundreds of hours on characters in PoE. I don't know if I could emotionally deal with the hit of that loss. I don't know if my mental capacity, like I don't know if this, I get people who enjoy it, but I don't know if I could live with putting so much time and effort into something just to know that if I make the slightest mistake, because whenever you get to the end game of these games, like it's not like it's an easy ride the entire time. Sometimes you make one tiny mistake and you lose hundreds of hours. And I don't know, man, but also I'm the kind of guy who doesn't watch horror movies. I don't like feeling scared. It's not something I particularly enjoy. I need speed cola so bad with some of these shotguns. So I think it's maybe I just don't like I don't like making myself feel feelings of grief. You know, some people are like, I play it so I can feel something. I feel a lot of things on a daily basis. I don't need to feel sad or anxious because I'm like playing video games. Video games are supposed to be like, oh, this is my fun and relaxing. If any of you guys know what PoE is, this is one thing. I probably died. I use all my portals on the same map. I bought those portals. I'm using those portals, all 6 of them. I will die 5 times on the map. I can't imagine. I can't, it's insane to me. How would you relate it in Cod Zombies? It's like, I don't even know if you can, because in Cod Zombies, the games are confined to where unless you're going for a world record, you know, your games are going for like 3 to 4 hours at very most. Where's Speed Cola? What am I doing? Speed Cola's not up here. I gotta go the other way. And so it's like, it's not even comparable to anything in COD. It's like, I don't know, maybe if you died in a multiplayer match, your character level got reset. Or like, yeah, here's the thing, if you die while holding out your gun you're working on camo progression on, you lose the camo. So people who have, you know, the red hex in Black Ops 3, it'd be really cool. You're like, dude, this guy's never ever gone down using the starting pistol. What a trooper. Oh, do I not have... Did the explosives not damage me? No, they definitely do. It's just a very weird radius. Okay. It's like, yeah, it's like if you saw it, but then you see the guy, you grief him, right? You throw a grenade, he picks it up because he's at the mystery box or something, and you just absolutely grief the dude, and he loses the camo. How crappy would it feel to lose all that progress? And the thing is, I got griefed in hardcore WoW. I had someone who I upset because I was in the area where they were killing things, and because also my own stupidity, it would have basically lure me into a trap and get me killed. And there, people people out there who really enjoy like ruining people's day. There are people who are just like, yeah, that's my thing. I want to see people unhappy and miserable. I really hope I don't get hooked. Please don't hook me. Please don't. Can this thing reload? Didn't I buy? No, I forgot to buy speed cola. Ooh, serpentine, serpentine, serpentine. Hold up, dodge the hook. There we go. All right, can I aim this? I mean, kind of. It depends on what you mean by aim. Can I zoom in on the screen? The answer to that question is yes. Did I get him? I think we got him. Even if not, now we have an actual non-rocket launcher gun that deals no damage. What is hitting me? Why was he so fast? I was running full speed away. Am I insane? Was I not running full speed away? Like, I get I'm in the mud, but what? Anyways, there are people out there that just love to ruin your day. So imagine like every single time you log on and want to play, you don't want to lose your starting pistol that you did all that work for, and someone could get you killed on round 1 pretty easily probably. Or like if your internet goes out, right? If your internet goes out and you go down the game, you don't just immediately disconnect, you know, like maybe in COD, you don't immediately disconnect. So your internet goes out, rip that camo, rip the, 40 hours you spent grinding, although it doesn't actually take that long to grind the camos. I still need to go to speed cola. I'm just kind of wandering around. But yeah, it's just, I don't know. I don't love the idea of losing progress. Also, did my jug like kick in? I still don't know how I went down there. Like, did it not? Do I have my perks up? There's a way, I feel like I have my perks. The Vepr is shooting a lot faster, I remember it. Wait, was the MTAR in this game a semi-auto? Also, dude, I hate the vault trade. I have no idea why we have these vault trades somehow. I must have grabbed a perk drop and not noticed it while I was like talking about the intro and everything. We'll grab stamina up. I'm 99% sure there's not a perk limit, but we'll grab stamina up just so I can traverse through this mud a bit faster. I'm going to make my way back to speed cola, get that going. Oh my gosh, we're only 32 guns. Didn't it start at 45? We are progressing through these guns rather slow, and I'm pretty sure the 1,000 points per gun goes up. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it has its own point tracking that's not related to the in-game point tracking, because otherwise it will start to speed up exponentially, and I'll have lots of comments telling me I was a liar, because I am. I'm a filthy liar who will lie to you. Yes, you, the person I'm pointing at through the screen. I will stop moving. I'm pointing at my screen, which means I am pointing to you. Anyways, but yeah, it's just been something I've been thinking about. I was like, what am I doing? I need speed cola. I'm getting distracted so incredibly easy. Ooh, PP Bison. I like this gun. But like, I like Miskiff, if you guys know Miskiff, or there was like some, I don't want to say drama, because it's more like, there are some people who were actually mad about it, but most people are just like, oh, it's a funny thing that happened to people who are friends in real life and aren't parasocial weirdos. But like, they've lost a lot of time. And look, you put on a facade for the camera, right? Everyone does that. I genuinely think it ruined Miz's day a time or two whenever he died. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he's able to brush it all off of it. All I know is I wouldn't be able to. It's just something I don't know. It's just been in my head. I love talking about it. Let me see, what else is there to talk about? What have I been doing? What have you guys, what's been going on in the world? Lots been going on in the world. Maybe we don't need to talk about everything going on in the world. I feel like there's a whole bunch going on in the world right now that maybe isn't too relevant. Worlds was last night / this morning, depending on your time zone, maybe even the day later, the day before, who knows. But that was fun. I ended up going to sleep at like 8 p.m. and waking up I meant to wake up at 2:30 a.m., but I slept through an hour worth of alarms. Oh, it looks like we do have the 5 perk limit. I didn't even think to double check that. I just walked up and bought it. But anyways, I went to sleep early. I woke up early. I felt kind of crappy all day because of it. But it was interesting. I thought that the the Chinese team had a better chance against the Korean team, which is T1 being the Korean team and Weibo Gaming being the Chinese team, not the LCK, the LPL team. It was a complete stomp. Spoiler alert. I guess I won't say what direction it was a complete stomp of, but I really figured it'd be a lot more competitive. In fact, the crazy thing is they broke viewership numbers on this stream for, in fact, any esports event ever. And I wish it would have gone to 5 games, because I think it would have broken it by even more, because that's just kind of how those things go. Is the longer they go on, you don't drop viewers early. You get more viewers. You get more coming in than you do going out. and I really would. We're still on that 1,000-point thing, huh? I really wish it would have gone longer. I wish it was more competitive, because I was really hyped for the first game. In the second game, there was just no sign of life whatsoever. It's like, oh, I was gonna get Gen 6, but I guess we're back to Gen 2. I was like, this is not gonna be doing anything, so I just started grinding back in WoW, because I was like, I don't know what else to be doing right now. I don't care to just watch, you know, one team outplay the other team in every way, shape, and form. Like, I hate it. And I hate saying it like that, because I imagine myself in the position of the player, but it's like, man, when you are outclassed, you are outclassed. Maybe there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, that's just, you know, hey, what's the saying? That I'm gonna butcher it. This isn't the exact wording, but it's along the lines of, sometimes you can make no mistakes and still lose. It's not your own failure, it's just the way that life goes. Sometimes you can do nothing wrong and still end up on the losing side. Now, these guys definitely did something wrong. But, you know, they did have, it's actually really funny. People always meme on, like, NA and EU not being as good as the Asian teams, and the Weibo Gaming team, which, well, at this point I tell you, Weibo Gaming lost. T1 destroyed them. Weibo only had to go against NA and EU teams basically to get to where they were. They had to go up against like the NA top seed twice, and I mean pretty handily destroyed them both times. I mean, it was competitive. It was more competitive than the grand finals was, but it was funny. Like everyone's like, hey, these guys got the easiest path or whatever. Meanwhile, T1 had to literally defeat like every major Chinese team and only dropped a single game out of like 15 games. I don't know. It's like, oh, can I change the form? Hold up. How would I even do that? Alt? No. Control? No. Shift? No. Mouse buttons? No. No clue. Didn't stop my recording with one of those keybinds though, so we're good. I was like, ooh, maybe I'm going to press one of my keybinds I've set up at some point or another for whatever reason to try to make sure my recording process goes as smoothly as possible. But yeah, I mean, it shows the path they took through Worlds. One of those teams had a much harder path, and I honestly think deserved it more. Plus, you love seeing the GOAT win. You know, if you don't know, Faker's on T1. So it's amazing, you know, whenever you have a player who you want to win. A lot of people are like obsessed saying Faker needs to retire. I don't think he needs to retire. I mean, he's getting up there in age, but I think he's clearly proven that, you know, it's more so skill. You know, you can be older and still have a ton of skill in the game and still be, you know, the greatest of all time and still the best player in the world. But what I wanted was, because he's not won. He won like 3 world championships back to back to back. Last one was in 2016, I think, and he's not won a world championship since then. And I was like, maybe the GOAT's just looking for one more so he can retire on top. And I was actually really happy to see that he's not planning on retiring, because I think it's awesome to have that chance to retire unequivocally on top, unquestionably, irrefutably. All these fun synonyms. I'm sure I said 3 of them wrong out of 3, but I want him to be able to have that opportunity, because I think if I was in his position, that's what I would want. I would want the opportunity to retire on top. I think it's completely just, look, pardon my French, I think it's badass. Is this, I thought it was VKS. I love this thing. Just this semi-auto sniper. We actually don't want to use Death Machine. Let me use this sucker a little bit more. Oh, look, 1440, 1380. Okay, so the points do end up going up. So obviously some guns are going to be easier to get points on, namely being assault rifles and SMGs rather than sniper rifles, explosives, etc. And we do still have our perks active, because you can actually see the 2 bullets coming out of the gun, which makes me wonder, either the smoke trail is really long or it has projectile speed and it's not a hit scan, which I'm not sure too many things in Black Ops 3 are like that. Anyways, so I was happy to see he's gonna stay in. There was a big joke going, like, Riot Games breathing a sigh of relief whenever Faker says he's gonna keep playing, because of how much viewership would decrease if he just stopped. Which I don't know. As an NA fan, I watch a lot for NA. Like, I have my favorite foreign players. I watch for EU as well. But I have a lot of favorite foreign players like Gigabin and The Shy, Faker. I actually like a lot of T1. Anyways, I have a lot of players, but I don't think I would stop watching League Esports just because, you know, even the GO, even if he retired. Because there's other players I like. So it's crazy to me, like, I don't know. I've never watched an entire... Well, you know, I was going to say I've never watched an entire sport or something because of just one person I liked. But I've watched a lot of collaborations with content creators where I only cared about one of them. And, like, it'd be, like, a long series, too. Way longer than just a sports game or some sports ball game. So I kind of get it. If you do actually just, like, really like just watching one player... See, it's different, though, because he's not a content creator. Like, content creators, you know... you get to where you just like watching them. You feel like you learn more about the personality. I've probably heard Faker speak 3 times in his life, right? He doesn't speak a lick of English, which is fine, but it just means I don't connect to him on that level. I know that T1, they do content creation and stuff. I don't watch the T1 content. I'm not a big fan of it. So I guess that's my point of view. Someone who, I love Faker. Faker's the GOAT, but I'm not into League or whatever just for Faker. It is funny, I used to not understand people who would watch League but didn't play it. I kind of get it now because my buddy, oh God bless him, he for the longest time was spewing the propaganda of, I know this is a very League heavy episode, you're gonna have to forgive me. They're basically like the for fun game in League, which is ARAM, which a lot of people don't treat is for fun anymore, is the only way you should play it. And I was like, no, I love playing the, normal try hard mode. And I'm kind of on the other side of the fence now. I don't like being so stressed out. So that's the whole thing where I want games to be more enjoyable than me. I think about this a lot sometimes. I'm pretty sure half the people I see commenting stuff online are probably like 13 or younger. I don't want to get my day not ruined, but even the slightest bit disturbed by someone who is under the age of like 18. I don't want to give a set. It's like if my cousin came up to me, my little cousin was like, I think that Faker needs to retire. I think that League is gonna die because it's a terrible game. It's like, I don't care what you say. You are a little child. And look, I'm not saying all 13-year-olds or whatever are dumb. My cousin in particular maybe, but I don't care to have my day ruined by people who I don't know in real life. I guess would be the better way to put it. But it's also like, I don't know. What's the LeBron James meme? Anyways, I don't care to argue with children online. It's not a particular hobby of mine. But yeah, I saw that tweet once upon a time. It was like half the people you're arguing with online are in middle school, and I'm like, I don't like that. Probably don't like getting old. I don't think anyone likes getting old. Also, this sniper is not putting in a ton of work on the Panzer. I do wonder if there's an armor factor in this game. I don't think there is, because I'm pretty sure it's just flat damage increase for shooting his weak spot, which I always get mixed up on Black Ops 3. On Black Ops 2, it's so simple, shoot the head. But every time on Black Ops 2, I'm like, oh, shoot the head. Someone's like, yeah, shoot the weak spot. And I shoot the weak spot, and someone's like, nope, you gotta shoot the head. I just don't care for it anymore. I don't care. I'm just gonna start doing the damage on the middle of the body and complain and get you guys to interact with the video by saying, yeah, shoot the head or shoot the body. It's all a trick. So I saw a thing recently. It was like, content creators, what you should do is include a mistake in your video, a easily wide known mistake, so that you get more interaction on it. And I'm like, I think that's funny. I'm pretty sure I've seen some content creators put typos in their title for that oh my gosh, you're still alive. I completely forgot. Yeah, pull me out of the zombies right quick, buddy. Thank you. I got demoted, which is crazy because I got put back on the L115, which I think I've been on this entire time. This is a miserable experience, huh? At least he missed the hook. I could hear it shoot out. Come on, big guy. I will shoot your head. Is this what you want? Okay. Okay, you know what? Change of plan. Let's kill the zombies. We'll kill the zombies, and then we're going to use whatever the next gun is to kill the Panzer. How does that work? That work for you guys? Because I think that works for me. Alright, no more league talk. No more league talk. Well, what else has been going on? Weather sure is getting cold, huh? Oh, please stop grabbing me, dude. I'm so not in the mood. Okay, pack a punch. Please, go down, bro. It's every day, bro, with that L1, or that 115 Lord Degen flow. I didn't roll off the tongue as easily as I would have loved. I guess I broke his flamethrower. This has to be one of the worst guns I have used in my entire experience in this godforsaken game. Do I not have crouch and everything bound on my mouse? Why is it bound on? Oh, because I have melee on this. Oh, okay, that's why. Got very confused there for a second. Oh, finally he's down. SC-2010, I remember this gun, I think. I'm pretty sure. It's, you know what? Maybe I don't. Yeah, I feel like I remember it. Who knows? But yeah. Oh, dude, the OTK event was really cool. But I don't know how much my audience like interacts with like Twitch culture. That's a big thing I'm really into. I always assume my friends know more than they do. Like they're like, oh yeah, I know XQC. I'm like, oh, you know about X thing happening, you know, on Y date? And they're like, No, he's the guy who like spent like 3 billion gambling. Right? Like I know of him. I don't watch him. I can't understand him. You know, I tuned into the stream once after, and I just, you know, like that kind of thing. Dude, speaking of the way XQC talks, Myth's impersonations are insane. If you guys, I'm sure a lot of you guys know who Myth is. If you guys don't know Myth, look him up. But anyways, Myth's impersonations of XQC, because if you don't know XQC somehow, his voice is one of a kind. It's a beauty. The way he just says things. I do remember the ARX. I'm 100% sure on that one. Look at this. Look at the points. The good guns, they go so quick because they just get a lot of points really quickly. MR28, I do not think I remember this game. The one thing, anyways, wait, hold up. I'm going to come back to the snipers. But anyways, yeah, Myth's impersonation of X is insane. The one thing I really remember about, oh my gosh, this is a semi-auto. This is not a, I thought it would be a bolt action for some reason. Also, I'm running the weirdest train here. I don't know what I'm doing. But COD Ghost was the first game, I think, the first Call of Duty game where it didn't black out everything except for the scope on your screen. Like, you know, in this game, you can kind of see around the scope. It's blurred out, but it's there. You can see. I'm pretty sure COD Ghost was the first game to do that. It also had interactable maps, which was cool. You could blow up, like, parts of maps and things, kind of like Battlefield, which I thought was very neat. Can I get this last 300 points? But yeah, it was the first game, I think, where it had a feature like that, where you could see outside of the scope, because whenever I go and play Black Ops 2 and I use the sniper, even like I'm pretty sure CS does it, where it just fully blacks out a large part of the screen. It trips me out because I played, you know, I have a lot of time in Black Ops 3 and the newer games, you know, I do have a lot of time in the old ones, but it's just something it's hard to get back used to. I really prefer the way I do it. It's one of that and the fish AI, right? Those are the big things. I feel like I smell something burning, like food being cooked or something. But there's no one in my kitchen. At least I'd be disturbed if someone was in my kitchen. I prefer for there to be no one in my kitchen. We have 18 guns left. We're on around 15 Aruni. Max ammos don't really matter, right? We can't run out of ammo. Let me reloads. Yeah, it goes down, but then it immediately fills back up. I just feel like, I don't know. I know in the game world, like a lot's happening. Game Awards is coming up. But I just feel like the flow of information is slower than ever. I feel like the things that are happening in the world are just things which I do not necessarily care about. For instance, look, the big thing in my past 2 months has been hardcore WoW. The streamers I like playing it. I feel like I stay out of, like, as I get older, I'm less in touch. Maybe it's because I used to be like a politics major and I cared a lot more about, you know, keeping up with the news and stuff. And now I try, you know, to not stay uninformed, but just keep a more healthy relationship with it than being obsessed with every news article. So maybe it's that. But I also, like, I don't know. I just don't feel like I'm into the new games as much. Like, I know Spider-Man 2 just came out, and that's amazing. But I don't feel like I've ever been super massive into just single-player RPGs. I think I usually play games mostly with friends, but also just, like, I like repetitive, grindy things, like Path of Exile or WoW, or... Why did you just appear there? Can the green ones teleport? I honestly don't know what the mist does. I've not really pieced it together yet. But, like, I've never been into single-player RPGs other than, like, Pokemon, which are more... I don't mind the tactical stuff like Fire Emblem, but just any Western RPG, I would say, that's not Dark Souls, I'm just not a big fan of. Like, I tried Witcher 3. God, I wanted to love Witcher 3 because I heard it was the greatest thing since sliced bread, and I just could not get into it. I don't know. It's like by all means, I should love single-player RPGs. I think it's because I generally enjoy games with a competitive nature or games with a multiplayer nature. And you might be like, Cod Zombies isn't competitive. What I mean by competitive is I like being able to tell my friends, yeah, I got to round 35 using only the starter pistol. Can you do that? And that's what I enjoy. Something like, I like, you know, comparisons to Theft of Joy, but if you don't have any left to steal, am I right? It's like things like that, where I like, you know, comparing my gear level in PoE or in WoW. And I feel like in a single-player RPG, like, yeah, you can go for the completionist, but there's a lot of other people going for completionists. Nowadays, you know, devs kind of expect a large portion of their audience to go for completionists, so it just doesn't feel as much like an accomplishment to me in the way that I seek out in gaming. You know what I mean? But I think it's probably a bug or brain broken, wrong bug installed. Where it's like, I am just, why did you just appear there? That's so incredibly frustrating and annoying. But I think I'm just naturally a very, a competitive person. when it comes to just like I don't mean like I want to be better than my friends. It's just I like having a basis of comparison, and I like trying to be above that average. These green ones have got to stop. It's like, you know, Atrioc, he tried to beat the Elden Ring horse his first try. And I love Elden Ring in the Dark Souls game because every boss that you beat feels like an accomplishment. You know, if you check the achievements, one of my favorite things to do is like whenever I get halfway through the game, I check the achievement of like whatever the hardest story required boss is at that point, and it'll always be something like only 50% of players have gotten this achievement. Which, oh, I remember this gun coming out in the first DLC. It has an Asaripa form, right? Am I able to change it? I don't think so. But you see like 50% of people gave up on the game before that point. So I always feel good whenever I cross that 50% line or whatever, you know, the reasonable line is, because I'm like, I have done good. I have accomplished something that a lot of people haven't, and I think I take a lot of pride in that, you know. So I think that's the kind of games I enjoy. I wish I could just play like just like The Witcher and have a good time. I've been trying to get through the Super Mario RPG, and that's been a lot of fun, admittedly. But I think it's because I also know that that's, you know, in terms of an RPG, pretty short. It's not like a 60-hour or 70-hour game like Persona 5, where it's such a big time sink, and I feel like at the end of it, I don't get anything out of it. I think you know, I think it relates to. I think, you know, a lot of people with ADHD have trouble sitting down and watching movies and TV shows. And I think what you get out of those is a story. You get a lesson, or you just enjoy the experience. I don't like watching movies or TV shows, and that's kind of what a single-player RPG is it's telling you a story. Yes, the gameplay should be extremely fun, or else it's not a very good game, but the story is a major part, and I think I have a trouble just playing a game for the story. I just don't know if I care that much about story in games nowadays. Now, lore for games, whole different thing. I love the Cod Zombies lore. Whenever I was younger, I used to be into like God, I hate saying this because the movie just came out. Whenever I say this, you have to understand, I know nothing past like the first game where Markiplier was playing. I used to be really into the FNAF lore, Undertale lore, like all the cringy stuff that I was into in high school. I was big. I liked watching the Game Theory guy. What's his name? Matt Pap. I liked watching him and everything. I think it's totally. I don't think it's cringy to be into that. So I think, you know, if you enjoy what you enjoy, and don't let anyone tell you otherwise, unless it's FNAF, I guess. Screw that. But like I love lore in games, but it feels more so like I'm seeking it out because I'm interested in it, not it's something I get the choice of the lore, right? Because I have to seek it. It's not just given to me. Whenever it's given to me, I just like, I don't care that much. I don't know. I skip a lot of dialogue in Path of Exile. I don't know what's going on in Path of Exile. I've played, you know, 800 hours probably in that game at this point. I could not tell you the single thing about what's going on in that game story. I could not name 3 story characters. It's baffling how little I know about it, because I love the gameplay and I just never sought out the lore. Now, FNAF was the opposite. I hated the gameplay in that game. Never touched it a day in my life. I'm way too much of a coward. Couldn't even barely watch the videos. It scared me too bad. Can't do jump scares. So I hate playing like the horror Cod Zombies maps. But it's a big part is... Oh my god, I was looking at the time on the recording. I wanted to know the lore, so I just think I just don't. Maybe it's because I was younger. Yes, because a lot of people say, "Oh, things won't be the same as whenever you were younger." I saw this tweet about the World's Finals, and it was like, you know, maybe World's Finals doesn't hit like it used to because we're not 16 or 17 anymore. You know, we're not in our early 20s anymore. You know, it changes whatever age you were. But I think I'm saying it always changes whatever. I've heard people talk about, you know, in their 40s, they just don't enjoy things like they did in their 30s. And I'm like, maybe you don't enjoy the same things, but I'm sure you still enjoy things. And maybe I'm just at a phase in my life, maybe you guys can relate to this, where you just don't watch a lot of TV shows or movies anymore. A lot of my friends love anime. You know, they watch that, I think it's called Jujutsu Kaisen. A lot of shows like that. And I don't know. I can't sit down and watch it. Dude, this mud is brutal. The way I'm just getting obliterated from behind. Don't clip that. AK-12 should be decent at taking out a Panzer. I'm a little worried because we are using Unpack-a-Punch weapons on a Panzer on round 18. And I don't necessarily trust that all of these weapons are going to be balanced equally. In fact, I'm sure a good few are going to be stinkers. In fact, I think we just got one. But I preferred the AK-12 a bit. But I can't even really... It has so little bullets in the magazine. I feel like I'm just running out so incredibly quickly. The round ends... Oh, look, we got the other form of the Maverick. I love the iron sights on this thing, by the way. Oh my gosh, the recoil is absurd, though. Bro, I shot his red spot, which is... he did let go of me, but I couldn't move because there was a zombie behind me. Don't block me off, man. The visual and vertical recoil on this gun, by the way, is absolutely insane. I was saying is I don't think the round ends even if I kill the Panzer. Or even if I don't kill the Panzer, which I would love if it didn't end until I killed the Panzer. That way I could kind of clear out a way to handle him, but I don't think we're making any progress. It is insane that even with double tap, I am just not able to break this guy whatsoever. I also cannot seemingly aim this gun at all. I'm so worried about a green one coming in and blocking me off while we're in these trenches. I have a sniper rifle now. We need to. Now it does have 20 bullets in the chamber, so I'm gonna immediately. It looks like an M14. I'm gonna immediately assume it's not a ball action. It's not a ball action. I watched a little bit of the OTK Wild West too much, it would seem. But it's called an MK14. Okay. You know what? Hey, I suppose it does look a little bit like an M14, huh? Maybe just a tiny little bit. Can I use the foot to crush the Panzer? He's not gonna make it in time though, is he? I don't even know which angle he's gonna end up taking. Dude, if this has the damage profile of the Oh, I wish you didn't hit me. Oh, you know what? Hey, you wish you didn't hit me. I got the Maverick back, sucker. Come here. Easy peasy. It was all part of the plan. I cannot believe we still have 10 guns left. That's so insane to me. Are there any other perks on this map that I should get? Whoa, hey, let me go buy Mule Kick right quick. I'm sure that'll be a good idea. PhD. I guess PhD for the explosive, but I don't. Look, I'm not going to stand there and hit the mystery box. Let's see what we get. Okay, yeah, so there are modded perks. They're invisible though, which I don't love. I'm not a huge fan of that, but it's okay. I wonder. I think if I remember correctly, I think Zombshell is one where zombies around you will start going slower or something like that. Maybe it's Snail's Pace. I can't remember the name of them. I'll be honest. I knew them all for a while, but then I didn't play custom maps for a very long time, and I forgot all of them. I think I remember the it's like where you go down if you get a kill, it puts you back up with all your guns and stuff. I liked that one. I know it wasn't Muscle Milk. That was the one where if you knife, it does the Wonder Wolf effect, like point shocks. What's it called? It's the one everyone pop shocks. It's one everyone uses for like Margwas and Panzers whenever they're doing, you know, either whenever the map first comes out and you're not new to it and you're not used to it, or maybe you just don't think you're good enough to. I hate you so much. I hate you so much. Ay caramba. Dude, it actually does so much damage to, do you see that lag? It does so much damage whenever enemies are near me whenever I die. I need to, like, train somewhere safe. That's the thing about Origins, is I mean, look, I'm not going to say I don't think. I know it's not a great training map. One of the places you can kind of train is the, what is it, Generator 3? So Generator 2, you can train on the backside of the tank, which I think is where I'm about to move to. I've been trying to run these, like, full map trains. But Origins is kind of, I turned a bit slow there. Did you see the green smoke? Look, I'm just saying, did you see the green smoke? I feel like there's some green smoke there. I got to get out of these tight corridors. Look, we're on round 19 with a non-pack-a-punch weapon. Let's play a little bit smart. Let's start knocking these out. You guys want some long videos? Here's a longer video. But we gotta start getting through this. What point do I give up? What point do I say, you know what? I lose. I give. Y'all beat me down. You've done it. I think if I go down, I think if we hit, I was looking at the time again. I was gonna say, I think if we hit an hour, then I'm gonna give up. But look, it's actually time to focus. We're gonna buckle down. We're gonna try hard. I feel like I'm so slow. I swear this mod makes the zombies faster. Like, I know, ooh, it's because, can I get to the next gun? No, we're not gonna have time. I'm just gonna grab it. Yeah, we're gonna censor that one if I remember. But what am I saying? Yeah, if I hit an hour and I haven't beaten these last 12 guns, it was 10. Dude, do you hear that robot? That's crazy. If I hit an hour and I've not done it, then we'll call it. We'll say it's a loss. I do. No, we're gonna hold. But yeah, I'd say, you know what I'd say? I'd say that without, I have pretty unhappy memories with this mod because of some of the names are just pretty absolutely terrible for the pack-a-punch weapons. I'd say playing without the pack-a-punch versions is so much more enjoyable. I don't know why I've ever done this. I think it's because like, whenever I remember in GT Zombies and stuff doing it in the past, I would always see them like use the pack-a-punch guns and everything, and it was I hate the teleporters. And so I thought, ooh, that's what I'll do. But it's actually so much more fun to me not using the pack-a-punch versions, because for one, it gives them more of a challenge not having any pack-a-punch guns whatsoever, especially like whenever we have the Panzer and stuff. Because, you know, let's say I go down to the Panzer, then what's going to happen if I'm on an unpack-a-punch gun? Oh, we'll just go back to the last gun, which is a pack-a-punch gun, because it doesn't go through all the non-pack-a-punch and then all the pack-a-punch. We're not going to cheat using the death machine. Oh, honey badger! I love this gun. Oh, I love this gun. I remember watching videos of people using this gun, and like, I don't think they did betas, but I think content creators did have early access footage, or maybe it was just day one footage, and I didn't get the game until Christmas or something. I can't remember the details, but I remember watching people use this gun. I was like, that is the most cathartic gun I have seen in my life. To this day, it's without a doubt my favorite gun in a COD game ever. It is such an incredibly enjoyable experience. Anyways, yeah, doing it without pack-a-punch guns is so much better. Actually, I'm going to be doing a few of these style of videos. I think it's fun. I really do like gun game. I'm a big fan of it in COD Zombies. Because it also, you know, it really does give you that unique experience on the maps where how often do you get to play Origins and you're not having to run around, you know, stressing about when you turn on the generators or, you know, building all the staff parts. It's such a different experience than probably what you're used to playing Call of Zombies, or at least what I'm used to. It's so enjoyable. I think we're so incredibly dead. APS underwater rifle. I'm pretty sure this is one of the guns that was like campaign only. I wish they did increase the points a little bit more. Ooh, chainsaw! Dude, I loved this gun. I think you could put a laser sight on it and stuff. What an incredibly fun gun. But I wish they raised the point limit a bit more. Like, I really feel like 10,000 points is an absurd number for some of these guns, especially like with double points. Look how quickly we're going to go through that. It's insanely quick. So we're actually coming up right up on the end of the video. But yeah, look, at the end of the day, I think it's a fine mod. Definitely its humor is outdated. We're going to go down here, I think. But you should absolutely give it a look-see. He has a ton of them for a ton of different games. I think we're going to do some more. I don't necessarily know if I want to call it showcases. I was going to say, this gun was in COD Ghost. Well, that's definitely not in COD Ghost, huh? Anyways, I definitely would recommend checking them out. I'm going to link this one in the description. Hopefully we'll be doing some more of them soon. I think I'm going to have a 115 challenge coming out soon, which I'm very excited for. I think we're going to be doing that under Ice and Dark, but we'll see what map I do it on. I've been trying to plan out a few videos. I've taken some time just for myself, which I said I would be doing. I've said a few times that there's going to be some more space between uploads, but well, I had some time recently, and I was like, you know, I'm going to sit down, and I have about 8 uploads planned, and they're not like insane challenges where it's going to, you know, that's what makes me miserable to where I don't want to record or anything, is because I'll spend hours doing a insane challenge. I'll just get absolutely miserable doing it, and once I'm in a bad mood, I don't want to record, because then it's going to be just, you know, just me being whiny and complaining in the video, and that's no fun. So I actually sought out to make them challenges that aren't hard and that they're things I actually will enjoy. I love this. This is so much fun to me. This is one of the first things I ever did on my channel was gun games, because it's literally one of my favorite things ever. So, you know, it's stuff like that. Because if you look at the content coming out on the channel lately, you're going to be like, well, isn't that most what you've been doing is like the simple challenges? Like, yes, because you guys, oh, we're so dead here. Because you guys aren't seeing the ones that I'm scrapping, right? But that's why I was like, you know, I really do want to get some more content out to you guys. But at the end of the day, we'll see. Because maybe it's like, you know, I end up not enjoying it. And like I said, I did warn you guys there'd be some space between uploads. We're just in this for the funsy of it, you know. But I gotta get off these wonder weapons. It's taking a bit long. So whenever I get to the ray gun, it says guns left 1. I think, you know, I won't spoil it, but I'm pretty sure I know what it is. And I don't think it's a wonder weapon in the classic sense. If it is, I'm pretty sure I remember it on. You know what? Did we do? I think we did the Modern Warfare 2 version of this gun game on a custom map. I think it was my 3rd video ever. And the fun fact, the creator of the map, whenever this video had like 20 views, found my video. You know, I'm gonna just melt this. I don't care about the beeps. We're ending this now. We're done. It was fun. We're done. But that video had like 20 views, and he featured it on his Steam page. It was one of the coolest things ever to me, because I was like, how did he find this? I'm actually not gonna grab that nuke. You might think, why not grab the nuke? Because I want the zombies to actually group together. It has been, that's what's getting me down, is I can't get the zombies together. I hate the siren. I wish the siren would stop. Can you? Now I'm getting antsy. Now I'm like, I want it to be over. It was such a cool thing to me. That video that got 20 views, that content creator, or not content creator, but that map creator found. And like, genuinely one of the things that to this day is probably one of my biggest YouTube accomplishments. That 1,000 subs and 10,000 subs, I think, are my big 3. Or I think 100. I think 100 subs is a really big deal to me. And it's nice looking back, you know, on the fond memories, because, you know, YouTube channel is a little bit slower nowadays, but, you know, hey, it doesn't bother me. As long as I got a few people out there that are enjoying the videos, I keep the same mentality that I had whenever I started, which was, as long as there's just a few of you, I'm going to keep doing it. With that said, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. But yeah, have a good one, everybody, and take it easy.